Well, I hope everybody had a great weekend. It was definitely a wild one. Hopefully, nobody has a pacemaker because, man, this will work it into overdrive. Lots of ups, lots of downs, breakouts, retests. Not really a surprising thing. And we actually talked about this yesterday. I know some people don't listen to the videos, but this isn't really a surprising thing. And what's interesting is we actually have a similar setup to begin the week that we did heading into the weekend, and now we have the benefit of higher volume. So we'll see where that takes us. But we did have something important take place in terms of BTC. And we do want to discuss this big elephant in the room, which is similar to what we've seen in the past. And we don't quite know how this is going to affect the crypto market. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I do have to say we had nice rallies into the closing of last week's weekly candle. ADA actually had a green day yesterday. Not really surprising because we got to those lows on Saturday. BTC, nice solid green candle as well. And actually, for those that weren't aware, this is the highest weekly close BTC has ever had. It's actually a pretty big deal. It's pretty exciting. But I know some people did not listen to my videos yesterday, and they came to the channel and they commented, thought they were being smart. But yet yesterday we talked several times about this not being a confirmed breakout in terms of BTC, in terms of ADA, in terms of assets throughout the space. It was good what was happening, right? You want those upside retests. You want the market to show that it's trying to build momentum for a breakout. But unfortunately, we didn't sustain, right? And I said that many times. We tend to follow these trends a lot closer to the end of them. We don't tend to have early breakouts on these, early confirmed breakouts, right? Now, that being said, what these trends are showing us is that mid to late week might be when we finally make a move, right? BTC obviously has a bull pennant that it's playing out into currently. ADA has a descending wedge that it's playing out into currently. Both of these are bullish trends. So we'll have to watch and wait and see what happens. Right now, ADA is sitting at about 72.60 or so. And I do want to show you guys something on the really short-term chart. I tend to not look at these, but I just happen to see this on my phone, and we're actually building a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here in terms of ADA. So that could give us a little pop of volatility earlier on in the day, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, why these last 24 hours or so were in fact so volatile is because we had a high liquidation day, $675 million worth of liquidations across the crypto market, right? ADA saw a lot of volatility, a lot of liquidations as well. Just take a look at this, guys. This is kind of a rinse and repeat, exactly what we've been talking about, okay? Liquidating shorts to the upside, liquidating longs to the downside, shorts to the upside, longs to the downside. And look what we have now. Again, guys, shorts to the upside. And this will absolutely give you whiplash, right? It's not a fun thing to be dealing with across the crypto spaces. This type, well, it is, right? It's fun to deal with this type of volatility, but what we're dealing with right now is retail just has so much PTSD that they can't get out of their own way. All right. And it might be like this for a little bit longer until we start getting some more extended moves. But what's really showing that is, BTC basically returned back to the ranges that it was before, and BTC dominance is on the climb. That's your number one indicator right here, guys. This is retail confidence lessening. It sucks, right? I'd love to say that retail is super, super confident right now, but right now, looking at this fear greed index, we're probably more like on the bottom end of neutral. Okay. Now, what I will say here is very good that BTC did is, although it sucks that BTC came back down, what we did do is we closed our CME gap. Very important thing for the week. We actually started this all the way up here. We ran while our week was opened. All right. So it was good that we came down, good that we closed that. And now we have the potential to obviously turn around and start moving things the opposite direction. Now, what I will say is very present in the crypto market that has not been at these levels in quite some time is open interest. And why I'm wanting to talk about this is we're actually at the same level of open interest across the crypto space that we were as back on February 2nd, February 3rd. Now, this isn't to alarm anyone or make anybody freak out or anything like that. I just want everybody to be aware of how much leverage there is in crypto right now. That's why we've seen this increase in terms of ADA. That's why we've seen an increase in terms of BTC. That's why the volatility is in fact higher. It's because people are playing games with a lot of this leverage. All right. And unfortunately, that's part of the reason why we're not making any of these significant moves yet. People are using more in open interest, or I'm sorry, more in leverage and less in spot trading. Okay. So until we escape these ranges, we're probably going to have a lot of volatility, or until we see open interest drop way down and people just start holding spot once again. Now, the good news is that this Bitcoin aggregated open interest delta, which Crypto Rover actually posted, hit something very important. And this is actually this accumulation zone. Why this is, in fact, so important is this doesn't indicate tops. This actually usually indicates when we are in bottoms, when we are in sideways trading or accumulation zones. And we just hit this in terms of BTC. And what this could mean is we may actually have a little bit of an extended period out of this trend that we're in currently up around these ranges. Why that's good is if BTC is showing some resilience up there, showing some strength, that's where, again, this retail confidence that's kind of waning right now can actually start increasing. It's a very simple thing. All right. So all I have to say is that we'll probably have a lot of this volatility to begin the week. We'll probably have some ups and downs. It's not really going to be a surprising thing. We're starting to kind of claw back in the early part of the day here, but we'll see how things progress. But, volume has remained very, very high. $150 billion over the last 24 hours. Big spark of this overnight. We closed yesterday's daily at about $120 billion in daily trading volume, incredibly high for the weekend. And so we might have some insane movements as this week goes on. I'm curious to see what institutional players do. We know that they were kind of adding to close the week. And now that we didn't create this CME gap, I wouldn't be surprised by the games continuing, by them trying to manipulate the crypto market like they have been doing. It's not a new thing, guys, right? We've dealt with this many times before, but I would expect that by, mid-late week, that is when we can start making some more extended moves. We're still following structure. We're still in trend. I see people freaking out and crying and complaining. And guys, we're in the same spot we were yesterday. Ups, downs, it happens. Welcome to crypto. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.